A new 50-hectare green space, Thomson Nature Park, opens today with a novel way of detecting animal movements to boot. Now, it aims to reduce wildlife vehicle collisions along Old Upper Thomson Road. As a buffer park ringing the Central Catchment Nature Reserve, the new park is an important part of Singapore's efforts to conserve its natural heritage and native biodiversity. Now, to share more on the new Thomson Nature Park, I have environment correspondent Audrey Tan. Welcome, Audrey.
Hi, Haranto.
Audrey, this is our second time on TBS, yeah? Excited to have you here. Now, first up, Audrey, tell us, how does this new nature park preserve Singapore's wildlife?
So basically, this nature park is situated next to the Central Catchment Nature Reserve, and it's actually connected in terms of the forest canopy. So wildlife often move from one forest to the other because, animals, they don't know geographical boundaries. So to help with this connectivity across Old Upper Thomson Road, which is the road separating the Central Catchment Nature Reserve and the new Thomson Nature Park, the authorities have implemented a series of measures along the road. So the first one would be, the most interesting one to me would be the testing out of a new roadway animal detection system. So it's co-funded by the National Parks Board and the Land Transport Authority. And how it works is that it uses CCTV cameras trained on the roads to pick up the presence of animals, for example, the long-tailed macaques or wild boars. And when the camera detects it, there's a computer algorithm which can actually separate, like for example, a wild boar from a human, for instance. So this system would then send an alert to lights underneath a sign that says animals ahead, which would prompt motorists to slow down. So that is one of the, I think, it's the first time that this is being trialled. It's a year-long trial, so we'll see how that goes. But other than that, there are a few other initiatives there, including underground culverts to help ground-dwelling mammals, for example, get across the Old Upper Thomson Road, and also rope bridges to help arboreal or tree-dwelling species move from one forest plot to the other.
And so, apart from benefiting the animals, now people also get to enjoy the park. So one of them is, of course, the Rambutan Trail, one of the 5 new trails there. And you've been there. You've been to Thomson Nature Park. In fact, this morning you were there.
I went yesterday also for a mini visit.
So tell us more about this part of the park.
So one unique thing about this nature park is that there's a lot of natural there's historical elements to it too. So it used to be built on the site of an old Hainan village, and now people can still see traces of the village, whether it's like village steps or old artifacts or old wells that have been retained there. Even some of the roads in the old village have been retained, and they are now walking trails for people. So that would be interesting. To me, I found the Rambutan Trail particularly interesting. Actually, it's one of the shortest trails there. But it's because you learn a lot about rambutans, and why rambutans are of interest historically for this area was that Hainan village used to be famous for their rambutans. The traders would come to the village and pay the households maybe $50 to $100 to reserve all the harvests from that particular tree. And this all goes back to this particular villager there who really missed the sweet lychees he had in Hainan village. So he tried to experiment different ways of cultivating rambutans that are as sweet. So I think that turns out, and now you can still see rambutan trees there when they fruit. But it's not for humans, it's for the animals.
I was just about to ask you, whether do you manage to try
the
rambutans?
No, they weren't fruiting yet anyway.
And of course, LT also has said, in your story also, LT has said, do not pluck these fruits. So make sure that if you see any fruits, please do not do that. But really, it is something probably if you don't have any plans for the weekend, probably you might want to head down.
I think it was really very nice, especially if you go in the mornings and it's very cool and quiet inside.
So Audrey, of course, looking at this is part of preserving and conserving the wildlife here in Singapore. What are the future plans also to continually preserve the wildlife here and improve wildlife connectivity in Singapore?
So connectivity has been in the spotlight recently. Recently I wrote about how this BTO project in Bukit Batok had caused a forest patch in Bukit Batok to be cleared, and that kind of disrupted a string of forest habitats in the area. So the authorities have new strategies to try to mitigate this, including building a 5-meter landscape stretch. So the importance of connectivity is, firstly, we need to recognize that Singapore's forest landscape is very fragmented already. And it's important to help animals move from place to place, because if they don't manage to move out to find mates or to find food, they could become isolated and inbred, which would reduce their which would reduce their resilience to like future stresses, like diseases, for example.
Okay. So that's those are some of the ways. Again, thank you so much, Audrey, for coming on to the show. Really, if you're interested to know more about the trails and the new Thomson Nature Park, please read Audrey's pieces, and she has written other pieces as well on wildlife preservation and conservation here in Singapore. You can check all that out on our website at straitstimes.com.